Croatian championships, I was racing at European championships. For my age, I was at World Under-20 championship.
Really tried to play for the best club in my city, the club which also represents my city. And I got there when I was like 12 to 13, and from there on it was just like really then competing also on national level and being able to achieve great things, I think, in a young age.
A big change to come from one side of the world to the other, from one kind of schooling system to the other, one friend group to another, place where you have family to none.
Do you ever feel out of place?
Not really, honestly. No.
Definitely, I think that's the whole point. Now we're gonna go do further mobility, and then after we're just gonna do a circuit for like core and abs. Hi, my name is Lucija. I'm a junior and I'm doing track and field. The first thing when I think about home is just family and love. In Croatia, I'm from the capital city, but I live in how Americans would say suburbs. Like we call it a small village. Like everyone knows everyone. Everyone is really connected. It was really hard telling my friends that I'm leaving. It was really hard to like say to your like people that you're leaving and then you're not gonna be here for the next 4 years. But it was hard, but they were really supportive, which I really appreciate. I was really scared just to like make that really big jump of like not being able to depend on like my parents, to depend on my friends. Like the biggest thing was like feeling lonely, and it was scary.
Let's go mid height, just throwing. Left and right side.
So yeah, my name is Constantin. I'm originally from Germany, from Frankfurt, and I'm a junior right now at Yale. First thing comes to mind thinking about home. I would say a mix of family and soccer. Things that brought me here. Think about my environment that I've been, the familiarity I have with my friends, my coach, my team. Like that's definitely something when I come up, I have a smile on my face and be like, well, that was a great time. Having that confidence from my coach at that time was also something I felt like really good about, because it was a random guy I haven't met yet, but he somehow like got like understood me really well in the situation. So I felt pretty confident of doing it.
My name is Dan Williamson. I was a heavyweight oarsman in the class of 2023 at Yale, and I'm now the assistant coach for the heavyweight men's crew team. Depending on the year, we have anywhere between 60 and 70% international students. Our staff's philosophy through a whole recruiting cycle is transparency and honesty. We try to lay out what to expect, what's going to be different, try to leave any anxieties that people might have. It's a careful balance because you don't want to scare them. There is a lot of change coming. There's probably some challenging times coming. There's some incredible experiences you're about to have.
For me, it was just like I had like such a fast transition to college that I did not really have time to actually say goodbye to like my old life. When my mom and my sister came with me to move me in, I think my wow moment came when they actually left, and I was like, damn, now I'm here. Like I'm all by myself now. Like I have to like restart everything.
I really like to be unfamiliar with things and to throw myself into things I also know about. That was my whole journey of like coming to the States and being here. And I was just hoping to also find the right resources and meet the right people to be the best version of myself.
Everyone's different. Everyone's different. I think the people with the biggest challenges are those coming from, non-English speaking countries, and those are probably the people you see make the most progress or change the most over their time here. But everyone's different. You get some people that love their time here, some people that don't love it as much, some people who feel comfortable, some people who don't and still find a way to make it work. And yeah.
My freshman year, I had a really hard time adapting. I was really homesick. I got injured. My dad is my coach. I changed the coaches. it was really hard to adapt, and I packed my bag. I came to the New Haven Union Station and I was like, I'm going home. I did not have my flight booked. I had nothing. I got on the train and I called my dad and I was like, Dad, like I was sobbing, Dad, I'm coming home. I packed one of my bags and I'm going home. And my dad was like, turn your ass around. You're not going home because I'm not gonna accept you home. Then I came back and yeah, I sucked it up and I came back and I'm still here. So now it's like really funny story, but it was a tough moment. One thing my dad always taught me, we're not quitting, no matter how hard it gets. Those simple words like remind me so much what I've like been through and like what I already sacrificed, me and like everyone around me. So I think I just needed that little reminder. My number one routine is God. Like I'm a religious person. I just have like the strict schedule. I wake up, read the Bible, call my parents, go to classes, go to practice.
It's so different from like German schools because it's just go there, write your exams, go to lectures, and everything social life like and also like living situation is figured on your own. And coming to Yale, all these things were like answered. And then being on the field the first time, honestly just super grateful to play in the environment. Like whenever I walk into the facility and it seems to be normal, I try to go catch myself and be like, well, this is not normal, like be grateful for it. I used to have a ritual that that works pretty well because, fun fact, today is National Chocolate Day, and I used to always have chocolate in my bag, German chocolate, and would give it to people, and it kind of like grounded me in terms of like showing people like German chocolate because I generally think it's the best chocolate in the world, maybe a bit biased.
I think one of the biggest challenges for making this transition is like you lose that support network that has been so close to you for so long. You know, mostly thinking about your family and your like best friends from high school. You know, usually they're not coming to college with you, and so that kind of immediate support network has suddenly disappeared.
I think the biggest thing about sports in America, they're like really building the team culture. I came from small club, like there's not a lot of people. I had like a training group of like 5-6 people. Here's like 120 people. They're like really like forcing and encouraging that we are a team. We're not individual, even though we're doing an individual sport.
As soon as we finalize who that incoming group is, the first thing we do is put them in touch with each other.
Yeah, I would say there's always like a special relationship to the people you come in with. Like definitely like my class, but just from the bonding that we have with the team, there's a pretty high standard or pretty high foundation of like what I would consider like a brother, a friend of mine on the team.
I think like the team bonding it makes for fun. At the end of the day, you don't want to feel alone in your sport. You want to feel like you're part of something bigger, and I think that's like a really big thing, and I really love it.
It's all about the team. Makes other people also really care about each other, so everybody's kind of like fighting for the team and not for themselves.
I think there is, something special in learning off your peers and understanding that not everyone is bulletproof, and everyone does have these emotional moments or times of struggle, and it's nice to see everyone kind of open up about that to each other.
You know, like it's hard to find an environment in the future which will provide you what this environment does.
Yellow me, yellow 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah! We always put the student before the athlete, and student athlete, we always put the person before the athlete. How can we foster an environment where these people can thrive?
I think the moment that really like struck to me and like I realized like, wow, like I am here and I love being here is like when I like finally came to practice and I feel like I'm part of it. People want you here, people want you in the class. You meet like so many people that are like, people are like happy to see you and you're happy to see people.
When we walk into the locker room, on the right and left side are like most of the time the championship teams listed, and then also the players who have done extraordinary things. And now in my junior year, I actually know a bunch of the names of the players that are on that wall. So then it's like super cool for me to see how I have the opportunity to maybe be at some point on this wall, and I've done something great with the team. So that also reminds me that this is the right place to be, and it certainly also matters what I'm doing.
With all this diversity, different backgrounds coming from all over the world, what we're really trying to do is help people realize their capabilities in all facets.
I was just mind blown by the talent and diversity of people who is here, and it was like, bro, how can I actually learn from as much as possible people too about things I never heard about before?
I study electrical engineering. So school-wise, like school is hard, but I chose it to be hard, and I wouldn't change it. I just hope I'm gonna make it till fourth year.
I especially got involved with the entrepreneurship and founders community. One of the hardest moments I had coming here was definitely letting go of projects when they were really picking up. I have to be physically here at Yale. I cannot go just to a weekend to UCL, weekend to Brown and pitch the idea. And that's been such a challenge when like opportunities come up to then have soccer as like the constant which just keeps you like physically in a place for a long time. But I wouldn't regret anything. I think it's great to also have soccer. I'm really thankful to be here.
We want everyone that comes here to make the most of the Yale experience, and the Yale experience is so much greater than the academics and or the athletics. I'd say like the word that encapsulates all of it is just change, a lot of change. And again, that's not a good or a bad thing. It's just an experience that one has to navigate.
Since I left home, I think everything changed for me. Like, it's been 3 years since I left. I definitely grew. I grew in my faith. I grew in my experiences. I grew in life. I think like it would be like if I really found myself that I did not learn anything, then I would be like really sad. But I learned a lot, and I'm really grateful for everything that I learned.
I think I changed in a way of like just knowing what's out there. Like I got to know about so much different experiences, perspective of possibilities which you can pursue.
There's like so many different cultures, so many different races. Like, and I think like that's like the beauty of like Yale. I think that's the beauty of college. Yes, I do get sad, I do get homesick, but I also like embrace it. Like I really love it because like that challenges me more to like do things that I'm not comfortable with, and like at the end like I'm learning and I'm like experiencing more, and like I'll have more stories to tell hopefully.
There's such a welcoming community with the team, and everybody's working for each other. So there's no time where I feel like I should be in a different situation so do a different thing, because I really much know that this team and also this environment is really setting you up for success for the community.
My freshman year was my suffering year. Second year was my like finding myself, like kind of adapting a little bit better, and then now I say my third year is actually like living. My third year is I'm not counting my days anymore, when I'm gonna go home, and I'm just like living. I'm like finally living here. But now when I go home, I miss my team, I miss my friends, like I miss the little life I built here.
My mind had shifted actually more to a perspective where I think that I fall more into the category of mindset which isn't like it is in my hometown. Like I would still feel welcome in my hometown, but it wouldn't be a place where I feel like I would fit in a way of like the standard.
But I hope to do something great with my life. I hope that the hard work here pays off in the library.
My home is still my home, but I think my perspective of potential different homes changed. My first year, I was never really seeing myself like staying in America or living away from Croatia. Now I'm like even more open to like maybe go to grad school, maybe seeing like if I'm gonna find some job in America, maybe some in Europe and not potentially in Croatia.
I honestly like the different more, which definitely puts me in a bit of a conflict too of if I want to return to Germany, if I want to stay in the States.
To freshman year self, I would definitely say, Lucija, you're not alone. Like, you're not alone.
It would be trust yourself, be courageous, and keep going.